I have to admit something. I knew the existence of these Google Docs a long time ago. I have. The reason why I have is because I consider myself honored because the person that wrote this expose on Mr. Pokke confines in me. I'm very honored for that. He confided in me. I knew about a lot of what's probably going to be said here for a year now or like months now. I knew about this for a long, long time. And you guys are finally about to know. And you guys know that I have like a lot of nuance and a lot of bias for Saintontas. I know a lot of people are very critical for him right now, but I'm not as critical about him as a person more so than some of the attitudes are obviously a bit of a no-no for sure. But I'm not as critical. I kind of went off, kind of was heated at the time in my previous video. Ultimately, I don't hold no ill will nor any anger or resentment towards the person in himself because I do think the person is actually a genuine good person that sometimes can act through the emotion that is anger, which is a very powerful emotion, can sometimes be a little irrational. I finally have some glue. I can finally speak on what I know about Saintontas that's actually making him a very, very good person. And I hope can now shed some light on why I still hold on to this image of Saintontas I have. Because I see the good. There's obviously some bad there, as in the behavior towards what he deems is opposition and the way he just pops off. Sure. But ultimately, in the core, Saintontas good. I think that's something you can easily say after we read all of this. This is a long read, and we're going to try not to comment a lot. And let's get into it. Skull CJ, I want you to see this, right? And you'll see. I haven't read this yet. I know what's probably here, but I haven't read it yet. So here we go. The reality behind the screens, my experience with Mr. Pokke. My name is Simon. I'm a computer engineer by trade, but I chose to become an editor because editing is not a job for me. It's a part of my soul. I can agree. He's been editing and been doing AMVs for a long, long time. Without it, I don't feel alive. Damn, that's big. I have been doing this craft for over 6 years. I built my foundation in the competitive world of anime music videos, AMVs. Oh, that's what it stands for. Fuck, AMVs is anime music videos. I did not know that. I didn't enter this community looking for a handout. I entered it as a proven professional. True, that's how he pulled up on me. My journey in the gacha community began with VXV. Yep, I can confirm. He pulled up to me, showing me what he did, and I was like, wait, you're willing to work with me for free? I gotta pay you somehow. He was like, I'm ready to work for free. That's the kind of guy we're talking about here. Simon, hey, I might be biased here, but I'm gonna be as unbiased as possible. Dude, very good dude. We worked really hard for one another. He helped me with videos. It was first Simon, he was a little lazy. Sometimes he could be a little overwhelmed because it was a new world for him, but ultimately he was pretty effective. And I really helped him with the network, and I'm glad that it was very effective. From there, I worked with EO, yes, and eventually I found my way to Pokke. I thought I was joining a cozy village. I thought I was joining a wholesome community, which I think was the case for the time. But behind the cozy facade was a reality that almost broke me. Let me tell you the story, what happens when your passion is met with exploitation and your loyalty is met with cruelty. Oh boy. I realized this person will never change. He doesn't care about the people who make him popular. Here's the thing. The only person that makes a streamer popular is the community, is the fans, the viewers, the audience. You guys watching me right now hold the ultimate power. That's how it works. I know editors matter a lot. The creator, of course, himself matters a lot. But ultimately, if the audience decides, each and every one of you right now goes, you know what? That close button is looking hella attractive to me right now. I'm gonna just click it. And I'm never looking back at this corner of the streets ever again. Boom. It doesn't matter what I do or what the editor does. That's it. They're gone. They decided to just go poof. That's what I think. I think true power whole is like 50% the audience. And depending on the dynamics of the creator and the editor, like sometimes the editor carries the creator and sometimes the creator carries the editor. So yeah. I learned that Pokke fired almost all of his original editors because they refused to slave away for pennies. Oh boy, here we go. This is not going to look good. Like I said, there's a little lack of shock to me because I already knew this. It's hard to stay silent when you see him constantly flexing his status, showing off his lifestyle. I don't know about him showing off his lifestyle, but I know he flexes the status, which I think kind of comes with internet culture. It's like everybody's trying to flex shit they have because apparently that's like currency online. I don't know. I feel like some shit you should keep to yourself. There's something deeply wrong with a creator who brags about his financial success to his audience while paying the very people who build his content a rate that barely covers the basics. You want to know who does this? The company that builds your phone, the company that makes your computer. That's right. Look, a lot of shit around you operates in this very exact fashion. That's right. Yep. If someone can find a way to exploit something and lower cost, they're gonna do it. Oh, so you're telling me I can lower cost and get all the benefit and max benefit? Of course I will. Of course I will. He's trying to protect Saintontas. Wait, so you guys assume that he's doing this because he wants to protect Saintontas? Oh, dude. No, no, no. You guys are wait. What the fuck? You guys think Riley is putting all this so that he can deflect from the Saintontas hate brigade happening right now? No, chat. I can confirm 1,000,000%. Hand to God. Hand to God. You can swear me in. You can bring the Quran. Hand to God, I can confirm to you 1,000,000%. This was being built up for weeks now because I had the original. I read some of this. I couldn't finish it because I can't read for shit. Like, sorry, Riley. I warned you. I can't read for shit. I read as much as I could, but at some point I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie. I've been a little debuffed with my own shit. I just forgot. But I can confirm to you this was not a ploy or anything. This is just someone who happens to have been holding these feelings for a very long time, finally speaking about something he's been literally, me and my Discord boys can confirm to you. If you want more witnesses, we can bring them. He's been bitching about this for well, I guess bitching is like it's kind of harsh. I apologize, Riley, on this one. But he's been venting about this for a long, long time. And this is him finally going, fuck you, Mr. Pokke. I gotta hit you back somehow. I can't show nickname who I talked with. Maybe one day you will see his doc. Who knows? Yes, he's talking to another editor. I know who. I'm not gonna say it because it's up to the editor himself to say it. And guess how long is one gameplay vid? Almost 6 hours long. The pay was the same as if one person took a short video. That was the breaking point for me. I realized this person will never change. He doesn't care about the people who make him popular. He doesn't care about your effort. So basically, I guess Riley's tipping point where he just had to come out was due to recent, I can confirm, due to recent exchanges with an editor friend of his who I think also got fired, or some other friends got fired. He told him that it was like pennies for shorts videos, and he was like, "Oh hell no! So you're gonna do me wrong, but you're gonna also do my friends wrong? Yeah, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me." And that's what happened. If you allow it to happen, it's also your own fault. Athoma fucking based. I told him that too. I was like, "Hey Riley, look, you still accepted to do that. Should have left in the first place." He was like, "Well, I thought he would change." I was like, "Yeah, that's I know a lot of people, especially in romantic relationships, who thought that and stayed and regretted it later." Yeah, sometimes people change. A lot of the times, they unfortunately don't. I worked incredibly hard because our payment based on the video's revenue, which is crazy, by the way. That's why my editors personally, I'll just be like, look, this is our numbers. If we make more money, I'll up that number, but at least you can. I'll be honest, man. I remember this one time, my editor took a whole month payment. I think he made like 3 videos that month, or like 4 months, or 4 videos, and he took like the whole month's payment. That's it. That's the deal, and that's up to me. He didn't say, "Did you give me shit?" And I said, "No." You didn't record. You were too debuffed. Well, that's not my problem though. But we still shook on it. Yep, we did. Hey, here's your pay. Most I'd be given videos that would historically perform badly on the channel, so I worked extra hard to make them shine. Man, that's not a good position to be in. Vids like character guys, tier list, who to pull, always got very high amount of views. You can check it for yourself. I tried to push editing to the next level, which Riley has the means to. I remember Rogue Killer would actively ask me to seek Riley out because Riley was so effective in that flashy ass editing that EXE videos require. That's the level Riley's in. I'll be honest, man. I always wanted to work with Riley. I can't afford Riley. He's that good. I can't afford him. That says a lot because I would love to have him on my team. I just can't afford him. To make people send that video to friends with words like, look, Pokke made a very edited video that is actually interesting to watch. The quality of content I produced was top tier. Sometimes I would push out 2 long form videos back to back for massive VODs, and after all that effort, no form of appreciation whatsoever. I think appreciation helps a lot. If you have people that work for you or like help you out, whatever the form, it's always good to show appreciation and say, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. It goes a long way to keep morale. Morale is very important within any organism, and I like to call relationships or groups, organisms, because they kind of function the same. I'm not excusing my mistakes. I'm highlighting the role Mr. Pokke played in creating the hostile work environment that leads to these mistakes. I'm currently serving in the army, and I can confirm, and the way I'm treated by my commanding officer is almost identical to how Pokke treated me as his editor. Yes, welcome to the adult world. You're gonna love it. Welcome to Corpa. There's a reason why Pokke only has a few editors remaining from his original team. Who knows if we'll hear from them too? He's alluding to the fact that they probably will. The difference between the stream persona and the man behind the scenes is like night and day. I'm very shocked. Again, I'm not dissing this. It's just not that shocking when you've been around the block. I helped them out. I helped his other editors too. I can confirm Riley tends to really share his files and stuff like that. Like he really does that. I have a lot of experience, plugins and sound effects. Oh, there it is. He's touching on it. I shared them all with Pokke's editing team to improve his content overall. Remember one thing, nobody, I mean editors, like nobody gonna share things like that I shared there. Yeah, apparently those are like hard files to come by. So yeah, just watch one of the vids that I pinned here, especially this one. Just watch it, please. We're probably not gonna do that. My father was diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, I know that. I went to Poke, laid everything bare, and I just wanted to work just to pay the medicine. Oh, that is a mistake. That is a mistake. See, here's the thing. People hate when now they all of a sudden responsible for your own misfortune. Because when you tell them this, now it's like you spilled some of that responsibility on their cup. Yeah, a lot of people don't like that shit. Nah, people don't like that. In that moment, I was like, fuck new PC, fuck studying abroad, fuck going to Japan. I think we all know why he wanted to go to Japan, chat, right? I'm pretty sure it's for anime culture, I'm sure. Even in army, I'm trying to my best to support my family. Thank you, Saintontas. It's a little nod. So not over there. To people who actually care about me, my father is doing fine now. I hope he will be fine. Oh, that's good to know, man. All right, that's a W. That is a W. But there is one thing that I have never shared with anyone. Ooh, not even those who are closest to me. Okay, this could be new to me. My 15-year-old brother has a severe mental disability and the mental capacity of a 5-year-old. I've read the first version of this doc before, so I knew that. He requires a permanent caretaker because he can hurt himself, he cannot speak to me normally, and he cannot understand my words. But this is the only person who truly listens when I was at my lowest, dropping under the weight of everything I carried just to keep from breaking. He was one who reached out and hugged me and keep his smile. There's a line from Expedition 33, une vie à t'aimer, that stays with me. I close my eyes, the dark remains, all black, have her sorrowed eyes through the gold, her laughter stays. That's pretty cool. I agree to the exploit and now I feel exploited. So here's the thing, man. When you agree to something, sometimes you're not aware yet of the rules of the game and what the broader market has in store for you. So like at that point, considering your angle and lack of information, you don't know you're being exploited because you lack the information of what's out in the open market. But once you recognize what's in the open market and you look at what you're in, you go, holy shit, I've been getting fucked this whole time and I did not even know. Editors are doing 3 vids a day. My editors are barely keeping up with 1 video a day. Man, these editors are on crack. And y'all ain't getting paid dick. And y'all ain't getting paid dick. Shit, come to me. Come to me. I'll pay you dick, but you only get to do 1 video though. Here's the thing. The reason why I can't pay you dick is because I don't make a lot of money. That's the only reason why. But I'd love to pay my editors. Like this month, we got a sponsor. I'm upping how much my editors are making. To any creator who thinks I'm faking for attention, I have the proof. I have the footage of the screams and the tears. It is uncomfortable and I don't want to show it, but I will if my integrity is questioned. I don't want your pity. I want you to understand what I'll never again let a boss treat me like I'm disposable while I'm sacrificing my soul to help him grow. Truth be told, as cold as what I'm about to say is, it's kind of the world we live in nowadays. Is it right that we're living in a world like this? No. Should this change? Absolutely. But the fact is, I think bosses also, like when you look at it from the boss's perspective, you give an inch, they take a mile. And that's the problem. That's how the boss sees it. That's how they see it. That's their perspective. It's like, okay, so if I start to really feel for these people, et cetera, they'll start to get lazy. They'll start not doing the job. Shit. Because there's bad workers and workers that only excel when you work them like that. There's some good workers. Like you appreciate them, they start giving you more. Win-win. Everybody's happy. But that's not necessarily always going to be the case. So what? Guess what? The workers, the guess, yeah, the boss. Guess what they do? Yeah, they just they do what everybody else is doing because, well, it's proven working method. And I don't. And guess what? We'll just make it the culture. We're gonna make it work culture. So, well, everybody, this is like the lingo that everybody speaks in corpa. Take it or leave it. Yeah, well. All right, this is where shit gets crazy. The day Saintontas got his ass was a turning point, but there's a detail that really pissed me off and showed Pokey's true color. Sarah was a mod for Saintontas. I think it's Sarah of the Lake. I think Saint made her a mod for fun, but still she held the role. I got banned from Pokey's Discord just for making 3 to 4 A rolls for Saint to survive and pay my father's medicine. I remember that shit. I remember that shit. But guess who didn't get banned? Sarah. You want to know why? Oh, because she's a tectone mod. I'm starting to notice a trend here. Starting to notice a trend when tectone is involved. CCs, apparently people assume CCs behave better when tectone is involved. Hmm. Hmm. Because we're having the same shit thrown at Saint Tontas too. So people were throwing this at Mr. Pokey first, and now they're throwing it at Saint Tontas too. Noticing a trend here. Pokey knew that if he touched her, Tectone would get his ass immediately. He was too past Tectone probably. Now Tectone probably not. He was too afraid to act against someone with power. But me, to him, I was just a random guy on the internet. I'll be honest, man. I feel like when you back up a little bit and realize that even CCs are random guys on the internet, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people don't view them that way. I don't know. I just me though. One of the things actually it was Smack. I remember I was tripping to get into the gacha cast, and I asked him. He was like, "V, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna hit you with some shit here, bro, so that you learn." And I was like, "What?" It was like, "The motherfuckers you're gonna be in that podcast. They wake up in the morning and they put on pants just like you. They do things just like you, man. They're human just like you. So like, stop tripping. Just talk to them. Like, they're people. Just talk to them. Fuck. Yeah, it's good." I feel like people should start doing the same. So, 10 days, about 1.5 weeks after my ban, one of his editors wrote me about helping him out. You know what I did? I helped him. Even though that video for the guy who banned me for nothing and forgot all the things that I did for him, I can't show a lot of things because I still respect the editor, private space. All right, here we go. God damn, these are small. Like, I gotta like that means like I gotta zoom in with my eyes and shit. To anyone who's gonna claim I was just a toxic editor who only made mistakes, look at the reality. I didn't just edit, I mentored. All right, I agree because all I want in this space is to do to have pro editors like Chair. I'll do shouts out to Chair. Chair is him. Those who might try to rewrite history by saying he was toxic, he only made mistakes or worse. Everyone make mistakes. I'll be honest, like everybody's just here to see what the fuck Mr. Pokey did. Like I don't know why he thinks people are just gonna come at him for it. But then again, it's always good to hide your tracks. Shield yourself and be ready on people that are gonna come at you. Because I did tell him, make yourself shield yourself as much as possible because people will come after you and will try to find angles to come at you with. Pokey was the first creator I ever really worked with, and I lost a part of myself because of it. At that time, my real life was in a horrible state, and the internet was the only place I could breathe and let my energy out. I know the feeling. I've been there. I almost forgot this part perhaps because my brain tried to block it out as much as it hurts. But the reality was even darker. At one point, the editors themselves asked Pokey to raise the revenue share because the workload was unsustainable. He generously agreed to raise it from 20% to 25%. And something about getting, if I recall correctly, it sounded like the cozy village was finally taking care of its own. But then came to punch to the gut. He specifically stated that everyone would get a raise except me. You cannot imagine how that felt to receive a message from someone who you was a fan of. Here's the thing, man. I don't want to be a dick here, but you gotta manage your expectation and how you view someone and how they're gonna treat you. You know what I mean? Like you put your heart and soul. It's like sometimes you gotta manage expectations. Expectations and management is key. To be told you are the only one excluded from a raise while he recruits new editor with significantly lower skills. Because here's the thing, he's slopping it up. Mr. Pokey was slopping it up. The reason why my editors aren't worked to death and everything is because we're slopping it up. When you're slopping it up, like even chat knows when they're pulling up to my channel, they're like, okay, time for some slop. We're trying to cook it as much as possible, make it as good looking as possible, but slop is slop. That's it. Let's call a spade a spade. And then to be told you are the only one excluded, like being singled out is never a good move, by the way. Like, just give him the goddamn 5% Pokke. Like, I don't know why. Sometimes people like let the water flow. Why be a dick? Like, it feels like you just be a dick. Like, it's just if you know someone's emotional with, if you speak to Riley, like you can easily see that he's emotional. I feel like you as well, like as professionally speaking, when you know, you gotta read the person, and the moment you recognize what type of person they are, you gotta navigate them accordingly. That's what being a boss is. I was kept on his old lower rate. I was already assigned to the size of videos, the Sekiro and Elden Ring VODs that got almost no views and required hours of grinding for pennies. So only was I working on the lowest performing content, but I was also not being was also being paid a lower percentage than anyone else on the team. You have to understand the timing of all this. It was right after Zenless Zone Zero was about to release. For any editor in this space, a major game launch like this is a massive amount of content and a chance to finally earn a decent income through high traffic videos. I was excited. I was ready to find the support of my family. I was literally happy thinking, finally, I can earn enough for my father's treatment. And then within just 2 hours, everything flipped. I was hit with all of it at once. The lower payment percentage, being banned from taking the high traffic ZZ videos, being told you are weird, and being relegated to side VODs that no one watched. Imagine my face. One moment, I'm looking at a lifeline for my family, and the next is being cut right in front of me. I'll be honest, a lot of this stems from expectation management. I know I'm being cold here. I know I may sound like a total dickhead on this one, but I cannot help but point out the clear elephant in the room. A lot of this stems from expectation. Life is funny like this. Life is fucking funny like this. The moment you start to think, okay, this is it. I could just do this. I got it figured out now. Sorry. Whoops. I feel like Riley did himself a disservice by adding a lot more bloat than he should have, where it starts to seem like venting more than actually exposing Mr. Pokke. To be completely honest, at that time, he might not have known the full extent of my father's illness. I had mentioned it a few times in the editor's chat, but I didn't spread it everywhere. When the first layoff happened and he moved a second side editor, I didn't use my personal pain for sympathy. I tried to stay professional. I tried to keep my head down and work. Good. But here's the difference between him and me. Even after I was destroyed inside by that decision, I didn't check it out on the team. I actually went and mentored the new editor who joined in the same announcement. That's some professional shit. Good for you. I taught him how to work with the editing apps, etc. Because unlike Pokke, I actually care about the people in this community, and I have a lot of screenshots. So this is him doing some teaching. All right. I have to point out one thing for me, is sake of total honesty. After some time, I did persuade him. Pokke did let me edit main videos again. There were certain points or conditions I had to meet, but I was back on the high traffic content. Not completely, but I guess I should thank him for that. But that only makes the rest of it more confusing. Even with that recognition, the systemic disrespect, the lower pay grade, and the eventual ban remained. It was like being given a seat at the table and being told I wasn't allowed to eat with the rest. Yeah, this type of isolation could only end badly. I finally understood what being an editor is actually supposed to feel like. I wasn't until I worked with Braxophone and Saintontas, and I realized that what being an editor actually means is about respect. Brax treats me like a younger brother who makes a lot of mistakes, but instead of using these mistakes to tear me down, he uses them to help me grow. When I told my father about how Brax treats me as a worker, he said something I'll never forget. A good man rewards your heart. A selfish man only tells you your mistakes. Huge W to Brax, by the way. Huge W to Brax. Brax is sweet. Brax values my time and supports me, not because I ask for it, but because he genuinely sees my hard work. In the past, I used to think, why would someone like a Brax with all those subs and views care about me? I'm just a little pup. Why would you think that about yourself? Why would someone like Brax with all them subs and all them views care about me? I'm just a little pup. Excuse me? The way he and other CCs in this community have treated me with such humanity have been a shock to my system. It proved to me that the toxic cold environment I experienced before wasn't the norm. I was just a selfish man that treats those he considers disposable. See, this is when someone finally sees the light and recognizes, oh, not all jobs suck. Some jobs are good. You actually changed my perspective on the editing space fully. Thank you, man. You didn't just give me work. You helped me and saved my father's life. I'll never forget that. Huge W to Brax. Holy shit. That is, dude, just you offering an opportunity to someone helped save a life. I want you to think about that for a second. You never know how a good deed, or just sometimes just taking a chance on someone in need, how far that shit can go. I honestly can't put into words, so this is about Saintontas. I cannot put into words how much this man has done for me. I've been making his A-rolls and those high energy intro edits for his guide videos, but our connection goes way beyond just work. When the drama with Pokke first exploded and I was banned from the server, here we go. By the way, this is finally I get to have some glue as to why Saintontas is actually a good fucking human being. You ready for this, chat? Saint was the first person to step up and help me. So when Pokke dismissed Riley due to his association with Saint, Saint didn't say, I'm sorry to hear that. So anyway, whatever. Saint was the first one to step up and help me. He didn't just give me a job. He helped me survive during my hardest times. Just like Brax, he treated me like a younger brother, looking out for me when I had nothing. Seeing the contrast between how he treats his team and how I was treated before is night and day. He's a huge reason why I'm still editing today, and I'm proud to have his back, just as he always had mine. People can shit on him all they want, but they are attacking a ghost, not the man I know. And there it is. I'm in a similar position as Riley. Because I know this. You can't cancel a heart that actually cares about people. You can't break a bond forged in hardest time. Thank you, Saint. Thank you so much. By firing me, Pokke lost a skilled editor who in return gave all the power to Saintontas. And yeah, see that? Also, there was more. There's more. He didn't say everything. Because I remember like him, just him being in hard time. Like Saintontas literally gave him like $250 or like $300. Just cuz. I remember Riley telling me something like that. Just cuz. That's some sweet shit. Ethan. Legit one of the most amazing and kind-hearted human beings I've ever met. Dude, Ethan is so fucking sweet. Ethan is the sweetest. Working with him as a video editor and thumbnail designer was a breath of fresh air. He never looked down on me or criticized my mistakes. Instead, looked at me as a mentor, guiding me through issues and keeping my motivation high. Even when I was down, our bond was so strong that I would even tell him, bro, I don't even want the money. I'm doing this for free. I said that because when someone treats you with that much genuine decency and respect, money becomes secondary. He's living proof that you can be a great creator without exploiting the people who helped build your dream. But here is the moment that changed everything for me. When the news broke that Pokke banned me just because I made A-rolls for another creator, I was in shock. But while the big creator was busy blocking me, this little creator like Pokke, saying always, Lamau reached out. He heard about my struggle. He heard about my father. He didn't just offer condolences. He offered me to send me money for my father's medicine. Think about that. A creator who isn't even as big as Pokke helped me more in one moment than Pokke ever did for years. One man tried to destroy my career over an ego trip. The other tried to save my family's life. By the way, in that time, I was working with him like already 1 month, and I never told him about my father. It is always very personal. I think it was Ethan, right? Yeah, this was Ethan. Ethan is him, man. Ethan is genuinely him. Glaive Keo, I love this dude so much.
Pause.
Not only is his VTuber model insane, but his personality is top tier. We've made so much amazing content together, and I truly hope we keep that energy going after I'm out of army. That's why working with Glaive is special. It's like Saint and the others, absolute freedom he gives me to create. I've learned so much about my craft while working with him. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. If anyone ever tries to attack Glaive, I'll be one making the counter video that destroys that attacker to atoms. Just look at the drama between Glaive and Flip. Wait, there was a drama between Glaive and Flip. I spent days to make that vid. I didn't even sleep and eat like a normal human. I made that guy look incredibly stupid, especially when he started comparing Spider-Man to gacha games. Wait, what the fuck? Which is still hilarious. If you treat me with respect, I'm your greatest weapon. Oh, me. I owe a debt of gratitude to V. He didn't just help me find my footing in this community. He opened the door that led me to meet incredible people like Brax, Shinya, Saint, Techie, Rogue, etc. Valen, and many others who became my backbone. V has been more than a mentor. He stood by me through every struggle and treated me with the kind of respect you only show to a younger brother. While some saw me as a tool to be restructured out, V saw human and being and a brother. I wouldn't be standing here today without his unwavering support. I appreciate you, baby. And here's the thing. You kind of forgot the community here too. Because let's not sit here and pretend, even in our Discord, you didn't have ninjas pulling up in the VCs and being supportive to you too. You kind of forgot the boys here. I think the boys also deserves a shout out here. Shinya, to be honest, he's one of the creators I never expected to work with. Dude, Shinya is so him. Not only did I meet amazing people in his community like Chair, love that guy. Oh, shouts out to Chair. But I also saw something I haven't seen in a long time, a healthy work environment. I miss Shinya. Dude, we need Shinya. We need Shinya. He's too employed, unfortunately, for us right now, Chad. He's above us. Legions, to be honest, I had a bit of a drama with him in the past. I remember that. Back then, I was young, inexperienced, and frankly desperate. I was grinding outside videos to Pokke that I made almost no money. While my personal life was falling apart, the stress made me act in ways I'm not proud of, but I have grown since then. Before heading off to the army, I made sure to reach out and send a few subs. sincerely apologize before heading off to the army. I made sure to reach out, send a few subs, and sincerely apologize to the past. He's a good dude, and I'm glad we could move past it. Move past it. It taught me that even when life is pushing you to the edge, you have to stay professional. Lesson I've carried with me ever since. Fucking based. W. Techie, bald. Seriously, do I even need to say anything about this guy? The man is a gacha god to me. You called him a gacha god. Well, be careful too who may come after you, man. Kind of want to be careful who you call a gacha god. Here's a person who had my back when all the Discord drama went down. When Atsu drama was happening, I was in the neutral side, but after some times, understand details, and I said he didn't just watch from the sidelines, he stepped in and even let me edit for his shorts channel. I'll support this man through any drama anywhere. My goal is to keep making edits so crazy they'll boost his motivation and his ego to the moon. I still remember his reaction to my Stone Cold clip. I'm an emotional person, and here, yes, I think, oh, I'm shocked. Oh, what? He's emotional? Oh, shit. Oh, man, I couldn't tell. Athoma. Shit, we have Athoma here. We haven't chatted for ages, but this guy helped me immensely in this space. We've made so much crazy shit together. To be honest, bro is annoying as fuck. But that's exactly why I love him. He was the one who introduced me to a lot of editors in this community. Thanks to him, I have a solid circle of editors, friends who understand the grind. He's a real reason. He's a real one for that type shit. Ooh. Athoma. All right. Road Killer. I was helping him with his HSR EXE videos. I can confirm. I was doing the sound designs. Bro tried to help me a lot during my difficult days with finding a job when I was making side vids. Dude, the Rogue is sweet, so sweet. I was always like, why are you doing this? Why are they doing that? Just why? To be honest, I still can't find the answer to that question. Maybe because they are just the great human beings. I realize the editor's lore isn't supposed to be about constant stress and humiliation. I realize that people like Pokke, like people in this space, people like Cabernet, Maddie Chu. Oh my God, I miss Maddie Chu. Dude, Maddie is so fucking based. I adore Maddie. Rain Squeezums. I think Squeezums is an editor. I think Rainy is an editor too. Venarian, I'm not sure. I talked to them, not that much, Riley. Not that much. Bro, the way we made the Archon type of Gacha War opening. Oh yeah, those Gacha War openings were fire, man. My message to Mr. Pokke. To him, not people who read this. Pokke, I'm writing this while I'm already serving my time in the army. I have about 5 months left until I'm back. And honestly, the discipline here is easier to handle than the toxic environment you created. God damn. I have some shit I want to say about this particular phrase, but I'm not gonna. And it's proving very hard to withhold, because if I were to say it, man, but I'm not. I'm doing this one for you, Riley. I'm doing this one for you. I'm gonna show a lot of restriction here. I have so much more on you than what I've shared here. Things that you aren't even aware I know. But out of a lingering microscopic shred of respect, I've kept them out of this document. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We both remember how you acted during the drama with Saintontas. You were posting tweets like, I don't care, I'll not act like him, playing the bigger person for the public. But the second you were in your VIP chat, you were crashing out and shitting on him. Why the fuck would people crash out on someone with their community? Like, that's so weird. We both know the truth. For once in your career as a creator, stop pretending. Just be clear. And a warning, do not send your community after the people I've helped. Of those who chatted with me, if you try to find them, ban them, or harass them, it will only prove how desperate you are. It will show the world that you have no intention of changing. Don't be a degenerate. Leave them out of your ego trip about me. I don't even care. If I tell you to not to attack me, your community is going to do that 100%. Looking at my YouTube channel, when you badmouth Pokke, yeah, some people are gonna. You know what's funny? The duality between Mr. Pokke and Saintontas. You talk good about Mr. Pokke, nothing happens. You talk bad about Mr. Pokke, bad things happen. You talk good about Saintontas, bad things happen to you. You talk bad about Saintontas, good things happen to you. What a weird dynamic, man. It's funny, like how social dynamics work. Teki gave you so much support and love. It's what's boosted your channel to the sky. But you are just a typical gacha company. You show up at the start looking friendly, generous, and cozy, just to gain popularity, like a gacha company that claims to listen to its players just to keep them from quitting. You did the same. Yeah, there was a time where you seemed to listen to your editors and made some changes, but looking back, it wasn't out of care. It was a calculated move to keep the machine running. You pretend to care because it's a good PR strategy, but the moment you have the numbers, you show your true nature: cold, greedy, and disconnected. Here's the thing, man. If people can get away with these, they will. It's not that hard. It's just you allowed him to you put him in a position when he could get away with that. When he thought he could get away with that, he's gonna try to get away with that. It's hilarious to look back now. You love to use the word "our" when you need something. It's our account when you're asking your viewers to fund your organized pools because you can't do it yourself. It's a cozy village when you want loyalty for pennies. But when it comes to your editing team, there was no our. There was only your ego and your restructuring because you were brave enough to ban a random guy like me, but too scared to touch anyone protected by Tectone. You didn't restructure me. You set me free. You handed me over to real readers like Brax, Saint, Techie, and others. While I'm finishing my service here, I'm realizing one thing. I would rather spend 1,000 more nights in the shadows of a real war serving a cause that actually matters than spending one more minute serving a coward who hides behind a screen and manipulates people for a living. That's an exaggeration. No, no, you wouldn't. But sure, sure. Here's the thing. I think if Riley literally just changed his perspective and managed his expectations about Pokey, this wouldn't have hurt him this much. Really? I would rather jump towards a grenade and cover it with my body to save my soldier brothers lives than ever work for you again. When I'm out, I'm coming back to a community of people who actually respect me even without that. Enjoy your empty village, Pokey. You're going to need that hour account money because after people read this, the talent isn't coming back. Before Army, I was going to the gym every single day. Ooh, to build the muscle and the spirit to keep fighting. My man, I'm training my body and my mind so I never have to rely on the mercy of a coward again. Hey, that's based. Yeah, hey. At least there's character development. At least out of everything, character development. All right, I'm all for that. I'm building the strength to carry my father and my brother on my back, no matter how heavy the load gets. My favorite music when I want Shadowborn. I think this is Riley. It's ironic that I cosplayed the lighter from ZZZ. His story resonated with me for a reason. Like him, I took every hit. I felt really bad when I missed that character. Don't like how I'm flexing? Think about it. This is exactly what you've done for the internet for years. You flex your lifestyle, your money, and your success. I'll be honest, man. I've never really seen that about Pokey. I know he tries to flex, but to me, it's always been like, I know, like you think that's very impressive. That's nice, but it's like whatever. You know what I mean? It's a bit of whatever. Editors, thumbnails, artists, designers, and moderators are the reason why you have the time to stream and grow. True. When we tell our families are hurting or like other problems, don't look at us as a bad fit or a distraction. Look at us as the partners who helped build your house. If the house is successful, the people inside shouldn't be starving. Loyalty is a two-way street. Ooh, that's my shit. You expect your editors to be loyal to your brand, to work late, to care about your views. I'll be honest. I sometimes catch myself thinking this way towards my editors, but then I remember something. This is ultimately just a hobby for themselves as well. They have lives going on, they have real work, they have school, they have things going on. I can't expect that from them. So I tell myself, you're going to take those thoughts, you're going to shut the fuck up, and you're going to navigate this the way it's supposed to be navigated because you can't expect people to be up on your shit because it's not their shit. They have other more important things in their life to worry about. The standard needs to change. $5 to $12 for hours of work is not a starting rate. Depends on where you're from. In certain places in the world, that's not bad. It is exploitation if your channel is successful enough. True. I mean, when you consider the fact that your channel is successful and you're making a lot of money through those, sure, it is successful enough to pay for a living wage to the people doing the heavy lifting. Don't build your mansion on the broken backs of underpaid talent. Oh, yeah, people do that if they can. Welcome to planet Earth. Be a mentor, not a boss. Take a page from people like Brax, Saintontas, and Ethan. Treat your team as a partner. Here's the thing. You're starting to list a lot of people that are good. Someone had to be bad. It turned out to be Mr. Pokke. Someone had to be bad. Statistically speaking, yeah, someone had to be bad. It turned out to be Mr. Pokke. Because someone is obviously going to do that corporate shit. And Mr. Pokke seemed to be the best fit. And guess what? He was. Guide your editors through their mistakes instead of only appearing when you have a criticism to throw. A video can be fixed, a broken person cannot. This is still Riley holding on to the hurt that he felt when he was criticized. I don't know why workers, when they get criticized by their superiors, they start like having this, it's like a personal attack. Like, don't take shit that seriously, man. Come on. Keep your dramas out of our careers. We are here to do a job creating, editing. We are professionals, not pawns in your personal worlds. We're not force editors to choose sides. True. This is the only L for Mr. Pokke. And even then, I said, there's an angle to it. But again, I still think, because like we all know Mr. Pokke was being petty about all that ordeal. Like he was just being a little baby. To the CCs who already do this right, thank you. You are the reason many of us haven't quit this industry entirely. To the CCs who think like Poke, your editors are talking to each other. We see the normal response. We see the low pay. We see the lack of empathy. Eventually, the challenge will stop coming to you, and you will be left wondering why your channel's soul disappeared. And you will make Arknight's account with Works Hour accounts. It's hilarious to me how Poke used the word "hour" only when it benefits Poke. Your call is at a cozy village while treating your staff like garbage. It's never ours when it's time to pay the editors a fair wage from the revenue we helped generate. Of course, there's two facades to, there's the public face and the private face, which is very, chat, type one if you saw that coming from CCs. A note of fairness before we continue. I'm not saying that every editor is a saint. I know there are people in this industry who might abuse a creator's kindness, act unprofessionally, or take advantage of a good environment. I'm not defending that. My message is for the creator who have loyal, hardworking people by their side. Don't let the fear of being burned by a few bad actors turn you into a cold machine that treats you everyone as disposable. I agree with this sentiment 100%. Don't let the fear control you and become part of the problem. Absolutely. If you have someone who stays up late, shares their resources, and works from a personal bed, from a hospital bed for you, don't treat them like the person who burned you in the past. Treat them for who they are. I wanted others to read this, especially beginners. Don't repeat my mistakes. I don't care what other YouTubers think of this. I want editors to read this, especially beginners. Don't repeat my mistakes. Think twice before working with someone. I brought talented people into this community, like my friend. I've told her exactly who to work with and who to avoid, so she never has to feel that way, the way I felt. You deserve to work. We are comfortable and respected. My final words: I started this journey as a fan of a bald man playing Arknights, wishing to be part of something bigger than myself. I ended up being that clout is a poison. I ended up realizing that clout is a poison. No amount of proximity to a big name like Poke constantly preaches about a cozy village while running a cold sweat shop piece worth losing your dignity of your mental health. Bro, imagine Glaive Keo, a much smaller creator, paid me almost same amount in 3 months than Poke did in a year. Think about that. With Glaive, it's not even slavery, but with Poke, yeah, it is slavery. People throw the word slavery around so easily. It's like, do you know what slavery really is? I don't think you want to. The reality is that Mr. Poke's success was built on the silent labor of people who were told they weren't special, even while they were creating his most popular content. Fair. I see. This is the thing. So technically, I think that if we can sum this up, Mr. Poke is a bad boss, and he was emotional and reacted emotionally in this particular situation and had me fired because of it, which is an L. But really, like when you look at the spirit of this is more of a Riley, the story of my trauma with Mr. Pokey. That's it. Like it really what it is. It's not like the expose on Mr. Pokey. I'm moving forward now. Army taught me one good thing. It taught me how to be a soldier in my own life. That is some base shit. I'm no longer afraid. I'll be honest, man. Like it seems like this emotional venting story, but also there are moments where there's like literal character development. This literally should be a book. We should just call it the story of Riley. That's it. The story of Simon Riley. If we just called it that instead of I'm fitting to come after Mr. Pokey, this would have hit a lot different. I'm no longer afraid to be that guy who jokes around and sends gifts, even though I still can't fulfill my dreams. Bro, RAM for PCs cost more. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But I'm no longer afraid that I'm weird. I think I have some RAMs stacked somewhere back in France. I gotta find those. If someone needs RAMs, if I find them, let me know. I'll send you that shit. I have found my value, and I hope by sharing this, you'll find yours too. And with that, for those who come after, thank you for reading. I guess if we literally just called this the story of Riley, it would have hit better. But like when you title it like an expose towards this particular creator, like Mr. Pokey, uh, it comes off different because a lot of things, unfortunately, could just be explained by, well, that's just the way the world works. Like I'm sorry, or you didn't know. Like you're just this obviously this child that's opening their eyes into the world. Oh, sorry, it's not like sunshines and rainbows. And yes, your boss is not going to respect you. Yes, your boss is not going to treat you well, but you do it anyway because this is what being a fucking adult is. I think it's going to be summed up as that. And I'm not surprised people are going to have an issue with that. But ultimately, I don't think trying to paint him as a anything more than this is fair, as this clear misunderstanding like we've shown before. And yeah, someone that and you got to understand, this is me genuinely liking Riley. Like Riley is like very dear to me. He's the first editor I've ever worked with. He worked for free at the start where I met him. Like I that shit means a lot to me. Like and this is me being as unbiased and neutral as possible. So yeah, but like non-neutrally unbiased, I mean biased. I apologize. Riley, I know how much this has been eating at you. I'm glad you finally came out with it. You have shown how some people truly operate and truly are. You have shown how people operate negatively in private and good, quote unquote, in public. That remains to be seen because some L's were taken and mistakes were made. That's a whole other kind of worms. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is there's clear character development. You're working on yourself. You're getting better, and that's what we can all do. I feel like this is the main takeaway from this: is that the main thing you can do is keep working on yourself, keep making yourself better, and life is this huge lesson that you just keep learning and you keep growing. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and be seeing you.